Welcome to the show. If you're all new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Tonight we're going to be talking about Donald Trump's court case, Georgia election interference court case. We're going to be talking about the national debt, the Russia-Ukraine war, and a home defense story involving a firearm. This live stream is brought to you by, well, y'all, the viewers, the subscribers. Thank you all. Appreciate it. Couldn't do it without you. Wouldn't do it without you. If you're new and like this type of content, why not just hit that subscribe button? Help the channel grow. We are growing slowly, but we're growing. Hoping to try and hit that 6,000 mark by the end of the year. So if you wouldn't mind, help me out and help us out and do the YouTube stuff and, click on that stuff and, you know what to do. Anyway, on with the show. First article is from The Blaze, and it is Trump's court case. It says judge drops three criminal counts in Georgia's election interference case against Trump. The judge narrowed the number of charges against President Trump on Thursday related to allegations of election interference in Georgia. Fulton County Judge Scott McAfee dismissed 2 counts against Trump and another against his allies on the basis that the state prosecutors did not have authority to file charges. Stephen Sato, Trump's lead attorney in the Georgia case, released a brief statement. President Trump and his legal team in Georgia have prevailed once again. The court trial has decided that counts 15 and 27 in the indictment must be dismissed, he wrote. Just more debunking of the media lies. They've been at him for a long time. The dismissed charges alleged that false documents had been filed in the federal court. False documents. Like I just said, they're making it up, just like pretty much everything else. They've been trying to do whatever they can to take him down. But, however, Trump will still face 8 other charges related to alleged scheme to overturn the official results of the 2020 election in Georgia. He and 14 co-defendants have pled not guilty to the allegations. Trump's attorney had previously filed a motion for Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis to be removed from the case for fomenting racial animus and prejudice against the defendants. The court agreed to hear the arguments for her removal in December. There's really no such thing as an unbiased judge or jury or prosecutor. You're either for him or you're against him. You're either going to be like, oh yeah, he's not guilty because I love Trump, or you're going to be, he's guilty because I hate him. And they're not going to listen to the facts. They're just going to find him guilty just so that he can't run, and just to do anything they can to take him down, whether it's true or not. They're just out to get him. Willis has been accused of lying about details related to an improper relationship that she had with Nathan Wade, who was also removed as the special prosecutor in the election interference case. In March, the judge dismissed 6 other counts, Trump and his co-defendants in the case, saying that the allegations were too vague. Too vague, basically, because it's all made up. They have nothing really on him. They just make stuff up and they put it in court. They'll do anything to stop him. Just like the false impeachment cases back when he was president, and the 34 false felony charges. That even if he did those, they're all misdemeanors, and it's all made up. So that's that one. The next one is from Fox News, and it's Elon Musk says America is going bankrupt extremely quickly. Barron's Roundtable panelist discussed the U.S. federal debt topping 35 trillion with no plans to fix it. Billionaire Elon Musk warned Monday that the United States is on the fast track to defaulting on its debt, which continues to accelerate after topping a record 35 trillion just 2 weeks ago, or just weeks ago. During a sit-down at the All In Podcast All In Summit 2024, Musk was asked about his plan for a government efficiency commission, which he has agreed to lead if former President Trump wins a second term in the White House. Tesla CEO Elon Musk speaks on stage during the Cannes Lions International Festival of Creativity 2024 on June 19th in Cannes, France. And he quotes, "If Trump wins, and obviously I suspect there are people with mixed feelings about whether that should happen, we do have an opportunity to do a kind of a once-in-a-lifetime deregulation and reduction in the size of government," Musk says, "because other things besides the regulations, America is going bankrupt extremely quickly, and everyone seems to be sort of whistling past the graveyard on this." I don't know about you, but I can definitely get on board with a reduced government, with a reduction in government, because too much government is a bad thing. As well as, the debt, obviously, because they're just spending like crazy. They're sending all of our money overseas and putting it into stuff that doesn't really matter, doesn't help us any. Giving it to the illegal immigrants, giving it to other countries. But Musk also pointed out that interest payments on the national debt just surpassed the Defense Department budget and topping $1 trillion this year. That's just interest. What, $1 trillion in interest? That's more than the whole entire Defense Department's budget. In just interest. Just interest. I can think of a lot better things they could have done than that. The Heritage Foundation economist E.J. Antony discussed the Congressional Budget Office's 2024 projected budget deficit on The Bottom Line. "We're adding $1 trillion to our debt, which our kids and grandkids are going to have to pay somehow," he said, noting that the interest payments are rising rapidly, so eventually the only thing we'll be able to pay is interest. They, the big they, are just giving our money away like crazy. They're just giving it away, throwing it away to other countries. They're just, sending it over to Ukraine, sending it to whoever else they're sending it to, and then they're bringing it back and lining their own pockets with it, and that's not cool. But it's just like a person at scale that has racked up too much credit card debt. This does not have a good ending, so we have to reduce our spending. Musk endorsed Trump in July following the failed assassination attempt on the former president, suggested the creation of a government efficiency commission last month during a conversation he hosted with Trump on X. The former President Trump, during an Economic Club of New York event in New York on September 5th, 2024, the former president endorsed the plan last week and said he would appoint the entrepreneur to lead the panel if the Republican nominee wins the presidential election. Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX and owner of social media platform X, we all know that, acknowledged his agreement to serve on the Government Efficiency Commission and wrote on X that, "I look forward to serving America if the opportunity arises. No pay, no title, no recognition is needed." He's going to do it for free, just like Trump did when he was in office 4 years ago. He didn't take a paycheck. He just didn't, and Elon's willing to do it for nothing. He don't need the money. He's just willing to do it because he doesn't want to see the United States fail either. we're going downhill. We're going downhill fast, and neither one of them want to see it fail. They're willing to do this for free. They don't need the money. They're not doing this for the money like the other guys are. Like pretty much everyone, and it's both sides. It's not just the Democrats. It's not just the Republicans. It's both. They're both just in it for the money. They're just doing it to line their pockets. And but with Trump and Musk, they don't need the money. They're doing it just for the sake of helping out the people, which is what it should be. Again, I'd like to thank those that are here and have come and gone and they're, hanging out. I really appreciate it. And again, if you haven't already, take that 5 seconds and, hit that subscribe button. Takes you no time, costs you nothing. Again, like, share, comment. Trying to hit that 6,000 before the end of the year. Hopefully we can get there. Anyway, next one is from the BBC, and it is Iranian missiles to Russia changed the Ukraine debate. So this is a little bit about the war. The delivery of Iranian missiles to Russia has changed the debate about Ukraine using Western-provided long-range missiles against targets inside Russia. UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy has told the BBC on a visit to Kyiv. Lammy traveled to the Ukraine capital with the U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken after talks in London. They met with President Volodymyr Zelensky, who has repeatedly called for allies to loosen limits on the use of Western-supplied weapons. The U.S. and Ukraine have not given Ukraine permission to use long-range missiles against targets inside Russia for fear of escalation. At a news conference in Kyiv on Wednesday, Blinken said U.S. President Joe Biden would likely discuss the use of long-range missiles with UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer at the White House on Friday. Asked about the risk of escalation, U.S. Secretary of State added, "We've now seen this action of Russia acquiring ballistic missiles from Iran, which will further empower their aggression in Ukraine. So if anyone is taking escalatory action, it would appear to be Mr. Putin of Russia." Lammy would not be drawn into whether the U.S. and UK would be allowing Ukraine to use long-range missiles, but said, "I'm not prepared to give Putin the advantage." Biden has said administration is considering lifting the regulations, but no decisions has yet been made public. On Wednesday, Zelensky said Kyiv's victory in the war against Russia depends mostly on the support of the United States. Ukraine's foreign minister, Andriy Shibya, however you pronounce that, said steps towards lifting long-range missiles restrictions are important in the context of reports of possible transfer of ballistic missiles to Russia by Iran. "We must act boldly," he added. In an interview with BBC, Lammy said Iran providing Russia with ballistic missiles clearly changes the debate, as they would allow Moscow's forces to have further penetration into Ukraine. "That is very dangerous," Lammy said, adding, "As we see Russians working with their partners, we see this transfer of ballistic missiles from Iran to Russia. It is important that we do more to support Ukraine to win in their efforts." On Wednesday, Lammy said UK would provide 600 million euros or $780 million in aid to Ukraine to support the country's humanitarian, energy, and stabilization needs. Blinken announced a further $700 million in assistance to Ukraine, including funding for the energy sector and demining. The new aid came after US, UK, France, and Germany imposed further sanctions on Iran for supplying Russia with ballistic missiles for use in Ukraine. The UK government summoned Iran's top diplomat over the accusations. Ukraine's Prime Minister Denis whatever, thanked Lamy for the UK's military support for Ukraine throughout the war. He added, "We hope that long-range equipment for strikes on the territory of our enemy will be reached, and we will have it, and we hope for your help and support in this issue." During the visit to the UK traveling to Kyiv, Blinken accused Iran of supplying short-range ballistic missiles to Russia, saying they could be deployed against Ukrainians within weeks. Lamy described Iran's move as a significant and dangerous escalation. The missiles are likely to boost Russia's arsenal, enabling it to hit Ukraine cities close to Russia's borders or areas it already controls at the same time as it deploys its longer-range missiles deeper into Ukraine territory. Iran's foreign minister Abbas Araghchi denies his country was supplying missiles to Russia, accusing Western countries of acting on faulty intelligence and flawed logic. The Ukraine has given Ukraine Storm Shadow missiles, which have a range of about 155 miles. So far, they have been used only against Russia's targets occupied Ukraine territories. But Ukraine leaders say they need the missiles to target air bases used by Russian warplanes to launch devastating glide bombs against Ukraine. These weapons are often launched from deep inside Russian territories. So it sounds like we could be getting a little bit hotter in this war here pretty soon, because, you know, if Iran's supplying Russia, but Russia won't let us supply because we're escalating it if we do, then, you know, it's only probably a matter of time before we're involved a little bit more heavily in this war. And that's another it was 700 and another $1.4 billion or something like that into, or yeah, 700 million and 740 million, another $1.4 billion going over there for help and whatever weapons and whatever it was for. Just like the other one, our economy, our debt, they're just giving more money away to a country that's really technically not, I mean, it's kind of an ally, but it's kind of not, because they're not NATO. They're not, you know, they're just Zelensky and Biden are buddies. And that's, you know, they're getting the Bidens and the Obamas and the Democrats, they're just getting their money back from there. So it's like, they're just sending it over there so it can funnel back to their pockets. And that's what it is. And that's really, you know, the war's going to be coming over here soon. We're going to be involved, and it's getting closer to the election, and they need any way out, any way that they can get to where they have a chance, you know, because they know that if Trump gets in, it's going to be over. It wouldn't have even started if he was in, and they're going to quit getting their money if Trump comes in. He's not going to just keep handing them over money. He's going to quit spending it so poorly. Excuse me. All right, and the last one is a little bit. It's a home defense story. This one also came from the Blaze, but it's about a home defense story involving a firearm. Mother with concealed carry license says she opened fire on a male trying to climb through her daughter's bedroom window. So, sounds like a good one. A mother with a concealed carry license said she opened fire on a male trying to climb through her daughter's bedroom window in Chicago over the weekend. Chicago explains a lot. That motherly instinct kicked in as soon as something happens. It's like fight or flight. The mother, who asked for anonymity, told WLS TV. She doesn't want to be. She doesn't want her name out there, which I don't blame her because it's Chicago and you know it could be some kind of retaliation. But the mom told the station she's been a CCL holder, concealed carry license holder. If you didn't know what CCL meant, not everybody does, but some people call it CCW, concealed weapons, concealed carry weapon, concealed carry license holder, for years, and never had to fire her gun until Saturday night's incident at her South Shore apartment. Her 18-year-old daughter had just returned to her bedroom after bathing just before 11 p.m. So I put the towel on and ran out of my room. I ran right there. I'm like, "Yo, somebody's trying to come in through my window." So my mom immediately acted on it. The daughter told the station. The mom told WLS he was like hanging on her window. I just told him that I have a gun and I'm going to shoot, and he just didn't stop. I fired a warning shot. I didn't even know I got him. I didn't even know that it got him. First of all, it's good she had a gun, and it's good she used it and stopped this guy, but never shoot a warning shot. Never, ever, ever shoot a warning shot. Just advice. Don't shoot a warning shot. You shoot to shoot. You shoot to take him out. You don't shoot a warning shot. Because for one, you're responsible for that bullet. If it goes off somewhere and hits somebody else, you just shot somebody that you weren't meaning to shoot. For two, get training. Get training, because obviously it said it was a warning shot, but she didn't even know that it got him. So she obviously shot him, but she didn't know it got him. She just shot a warning shot and all, and it just so happened to shoot him. So get training. Train your weapon. Train with it so that you know where you're shooting. Because again, you're responsible for every bullet that comes out of that gun. And never shoot a warning shot. Police soon found the 36-year-old suspect shot in the leg on East 69th Street near Oglesby, the station said, adding that he was taken to a hospital in fair condition. Charges were pending against the suspect on Sunday night. Charges are pending? Is he even booked in? Did they book him? And it is Chicago. What's going to happen to him? Are they just going to let him go free? It is Chicago. But the mother and daughter both had advice for the would-be intruder. Next time you think about coming through somebody's window, just remember how that bullet felt, the daughter told the station. Yeah, next time you go through somebody's window, expect something. Remember how that bullet felt. Her mother added, try not to be out here committing crimes, especially trying to come into somebody's house, because you never know what's on the other side of that window. She noted to the station that police confiscated her gun. That's the other thing. They're going to take your gun. Now, hopefully she has another one, because once you use it in an incident like that, it's really hard to get those guns back. It's, once it goes into evidence, you may never get it back. As a prepper, they always say 2 is 1, 1 is none. If you only had one gun, if that was her only gun, she better go start looking to get another one, because they take it. But again, it's a good thing, it's a good thing she had that gun, because, what would have happened to either of them or both of them or the daughter if they didn't have a gun and this guy's climbing through the daughter's window? It could have been, especially in Chicago, it could have one or both of them could have been raped or killed or whatever. I mean, it could have been it could have ended really badly. So good thing she had a gun. Good thing she used it. I mean, yeah, it was a warning shot, but don't shoot warning shots. Just you shoot to take them out. And just know that they're going to take your gun from you when they do. But anyway, that's all I got today. I appreciate you coming in. Again, one last time, thanks for those that did show up and are here. Really appreciate it. And again, if you haven't already, take that 5 seconds, hit that subscribe button, like the video, share it, comment. I'm trying to get to that 6,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Anyway, thank you all. Love you. Couldn't do this without you. Wouldn't do it without you. Love y'all. And I'll see you in the next one.